Hello and welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to show you step by step how to start a political blog. If that's something that you're interested in, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so that you're notified when I upload a brand new video. So basically what we're going to do today is we are going to go over everything required to start a blog. We're going to talk about what is a political blog, the most important step when creating a blog, a political blog I should say, how to pick a niche or a topic, and then pick a platform, a domain name, and then also getting started. So make sure you check out the first link in the description because that's what I'm going to be basing this off of when creating your first political blog. So we go to the next steps here. We are going to install WordPress, install a WordPress theme, which I'll cover in this entire video. And then the most important things you need to do, you need to make a few changes to first get started. And then of course you want to start writing. After that, you are going to want to find ways to make money, and we'll talk about that. Share on social media, which is going to be important for you to get up and running. And then, of course, you're going to want to write. And then finally, you're going to want to make sure you want to click the links in the description so that you can get started with your political blog fast. So first things first, what is a political blog? A blog is simply you're just going to write on current events and topics that are relevant and important to the political landscape. It can be everything from the United States president, it can be to hot and trending topics. There is a lot of opportunity when it comes to a political blog. And one of the things you're going to want to make sure that you do, and this is going to be pretty important, is you're going to want to make sure that you stay on top of trending topics. So if we look at Fox News here, which is basically another political blog, Fox News and CNN and MSNBC, if you're in the United States, you know what I'm talking about. A lot of these blogs are covering the same topics from opposite ends. And that gets me to the most important thing. The most important thing when you start a political blog is simply to pick a side and stay with it. Now, this is going to be pretty controversial, but the more extreme you are, the better. If you look at something like Fox News, they have a dedicated following because they're kind of extreme. The blogs, the websites, the vlogs that are in the middle, they usually don't do as well. But if you can take a side, regardless if you're a Democrat or Republican or whatever you call yourself, you want to make sure that you take a side and you stick with it. As you can see, Fox News, as I mentioned, gets tons of viewers every single day because they are pretty extreme. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to be extreme. You're going to want to pick a side and stay with it. Now, that is, in my opinion, the most important thing. The next step is to pick a niche. A niche, basically, in my opinion, is either you're going to be Republican, Democrat, or maybe other. But the two most common in the United States are going to be Democrat or Republican. And in my opinion, to get started, to find success, you're going to want to niche down. If we take a look at the CNN website here, all of these at the top are different subcategories of political blogs. For example, you could just focus on business. If we click on politics here, we'll see that there are even little sub niches within within politics. For example, you could just focus on President Biden. You could actually still focus on the former President Trump. You can focus on Congress. What I'd recommend that you do is when you start a blog, pick a niche, in this case a sub niche, and just create content. You could create an entire blog about the United States election, but whatever it is, create content. What you could do if you wanted to, you could create a state level blog. So instead of talking about these top level things, you could create a blog just about the state of Illinois. That's going to be less competitive, but there are going to be less people that are looking for this information. Once again, whatever you decide, make sure that you pick a niche, pick a side, stay there. So after you pick a niche, you are going to want to pick a platform. Now, in my opinion, you will want to start a WordPress website. The reason why you want to start a WordPress website is it's going to allow you to create content faster. Because you are in a political blog and the political landscape changes frequently, you are going to want to create a lot of content. And in my opinion, the best way to do it is to use something like Bluehost. Now, Bluehost will allow you to create web hosting, and then you're going to put your WordPress website on top of Bluehost, and you can click the first link in the description to get started with Bluehost. As you can see, you can start with as little as $3.95 per month. And what you'll want to do is go through the process of getting a domain name. And when you get a domain name, you're going to want to make sure that domain name is relevant to your blog. So if you are, let's say, a Republican, you're going to want to create a blog for conservatives. So the conservative blog for progressives. I know that's kind of an oxymoron or contradictory, but you get the idea. So what I'd recommend that you do is go ahead and sign up with Bluehost. The link is in the description. And through the sign up process, they're going to allow you to pick a domain name. Now you can use a website like Instant Domain Search, but You can actually do this all through Bluehost as well. You'll be able to set up your web hosting. They'll give you a domain name for free for the first year, and then you can actually get up and running. But if we go over to Instant Domain Search real quick, Instant Domain Generator, and what we can do is we can look at, let's say, we could say political blog. So what you're looking at right now is that if it's in red, it means it's not available. However, if we could say for conservatives or for cons, you can see it's in green. You could actually buy this domain when you get your web hosting. And when you go through the process, they're going to have you install WordPress. It's a one-click install. There'll be a giant W button. You click on it, it'll install WordPress right onto your web hosting. And then once that happens, you're going to have a backend that looks kind of like this. And what you'll want to do is you'll want to go down to Appearance. You're going to want to go to Themes, and then you're going to want to upload a new WordPress theme. Now, you'll get a bunch of templates as examples, but what I recommend ultimately that you do, I recommend that you go out and get a premium theme. A premium theme is going to allow you to get more features and benefits. And you can find a premium theme over on a website like ThemeForest. So we go to ThemeForest here. They have a ton of WordPress themes. We can even look for either a news theme. So if we type in news theme here, you're going to see there are a bunch of newspaper themes. You basically will click on the one that you like. Make sure that you go through and take a look at a few different ones. Click on the one that you like. You'll download it to your computer once you pay for it, and it'll come as a zip drive. When you go back over here to manage, you're going to click on add new. You're going to click on, you're going to click on upload theme, and then you're going to drag and drop, or you can click on this button to upload the theme you just downloaded from ThemeForest. And once you do that, it's going to change the look and feel of your website. The next step, and there's a few different steps that we need to take, the next step is to go to settings. And there's a few things that you want to change in settings, and these are really important if you want to get discovered on Google. So we're going to go to general. I'm just going to run through these real quick. You're going to want to make sure that you change the name, your site title. So this is my website, webhostingrewind.com. You're going to want to change yours to the conservative blogger, or the conservators network. And then you want to add your tagline, so what your blog is about, because people will be able to see this when they're searching for information. And then you want to go down and make sure that you change the time zone to your time zone, and then click save. The next thing that you want to do is, if you go down to writing, the writing is okay. We're going to go down to reading. But then reading right here, this is very important. It says search engine visibility. Make sure that this is unchecked. Do not check this. If you check this, you won't be discovered by Google or YouTube or any other search engines, and you will have a very hard time getting discovered, and your website or blog will struggle. After that, you just click save. The final thing that you want to do is you want to come down to permalinks, and you want to change it. The default is plain. You want to change this to post name. The reason why is because you are going to write content based on keywords and keyword phrases, and the heading, which is going to be the post name, is going to be SEO or search engine optimized friendly, so that you can get discovered by a search engine. So now that we have all of that taken care of, let's go ahead and talk about how to create your first post. What you will want to do is go up to posts. You're going to want to create a add new, so a brand new post, and you're going to title your post whatever the topic is about. For example, if we jump over to Fox News, they are talking about Como. So what you'd want to do is you'd want to go over to the title and say, Como, I've got to spell his name right here. Let's see, C-U-O-M-O. C-U-O, Como found guilty. Or whatever it is, Como accuser unfounded, but you want to make sure that it's based on keywords, and then you're going to simply write. Now, the way that this is structured when you are creating blog posts is you want to have headings and subheadings and then paragraphs. So if you were to create an overview of like who is Como, so we could say who is Como, you maybe want to make this a heading. And what we're going to do is we are going to click on this button here, and we are going to change that to a heading. And then beneath it, we are going to add in text. We could say Como is the governor. I'm not sure if he's the governor of New York, or let's say he's the governor of New York. And then you're going to add text. That text is going to be relevant to whatever it is that you're talking about. Next, you're going to add in another subheading. And you're going to do this over and over again until you've answered the question. What I recommend, and I want to make sure that I cover this thoroughly, what I recommend when you start writing is you are going to need to put up a lot of blog posts in order to get discovered, because there's a lot of competition. There's a lot of people out there writing about political stuff. And so you're going to need to write maybe 3, 4, even 5 blog posts per day in order to get started. And I assure you that WordPress and Bluehost are going to be the best ways to do this, just so that you can get writing. Now, once you write your pieces of content, I recommend that you think about some monetization. How are you going to make money? And there are a few ways that you can make money. If we jump over to Fox News again, they have money. They make money in a variety of ways. For example, this yellow right here, this is an ad that is placed on the website. If I click on this ad, they would get paid money. If we scroll down here towards the bottom, they have articles that look like ads. So if we scroll all the way down here where it says sponsored stories, they are working with different ad networks. As you can see, it says ads by Verizon Media. They are working with different networks. If I were to click on this, again, Fox News would get paid. This right here is another ad. And that's just one of the ways that you can make money, simply with your website. You can also do affiliate marketing, so recommending other products and services. You could use a website like ClickBank in order to find different products to promote. You can also sell your own physical or digital products. Let's say you had a book, a conservative book, or a secret method or tip or trick for politics. You can sell that right on your website as well. There's just a number of ways that you can make money. And the final thing that I recommend that you do is jump on social media and promote your blog here. So you could create a Twitter account. What I recommend that you do is make sure that your Twitter handles are actually relevant and related to your website or blog. And then as you upload new pieces of content, post it out on Twitter, and then refer people back over to your blog. So hopefully this helped you out. This is a step-by-step guide on how to create a political blog. If this video did help you out, be sure to like, subscribe, ring the bell so that you're notified when I upload a brand new video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.